So I'm just playing Matoran Escape. I'm just going to chill and play a nice relaxing game of Matoran Escape. Yeah, a lot of text here. A gang of evil Paraka have conquered the island of Voyanui and enslaved its Matoran villagers. Now a few brave Matoran are trying to escape. Their only hope is to reach the Matoran fortress as quickly as they can. They must collect Zamor spheres along the way, because it's a gameplay mechanic. At the fortress, the spheres can be filled with energized protodermis, the only thing that can... Well, I presume it's free the Matoran slaves, but, it kind of cut me off there. Come on, scroll. The thing that can free their fellow villagers from the power of the Paraka. Actually, it's not the power of the Paraka, it was the power of Bakuda Pterodax. But whatever. Cool. Deep within a volcanic prison, 6 Matoran awaken. Somehow they have freed themselves from the Paraka's virus. That is not canon. That is extremely not canon. Now their only hope is to escape the Matoran fortress outside. During their escape, they must try to find as many Zamor spheres as they can. Watch out for Matoran who are still under the Paraka's evil control. Yeah, whoever wrote these blurbs, I don't know if this was LEGO contracted this out, or whether this is someone within LEGO. They weren't very familiar with the planned details of the story for 2006, and so they just kind of guessed. And they didn't guess right. Anyway. Sorry, I was adjusting my volume. Accidentally hit the space bar. It's not necessarily like playing as Dalu. I promise I won't hit the space bar very often. There's a reason for that. I'll explain later. Yeah, I was during that whole Enika assault playthrough, I didn't really quite finish the thought, but the thought only required one more sentence. And it went something like this. If you don't know the context of this, that's fine. And likewise, when Pterodax managed to take over the Great Spirit Robot, he didn't seem to have a plan about what to do after that point, right? It's like he already had the device of ultimate power. He already had the giant robot. You would think that once he managed to get going with that, he would no longer need to make any plans. That thing would be invincible. And that's just kind of like an overused trope, but that's part of You Can't Beat Stage 1, how they try to make Can't Beat Stage 1 more believable, even though it's been so overused it's no longer believable anymore, is that once the villain stops planning after they release the larger villain, because they don't think they have to plan anymore, because they think the larger villain is going to be so powerful that they don't need to plan. So in that sense, although Bionicle's story was cut short, at least, the Bara Magna saga was supposed to be a trilogy, how Bionicle fell back into the trope, and why the ending of 2010 can feel somewhat cheap. You don't have to slash them, I just like to slash them. You can just avoid them if you want to. Silly. So unlike a Nika Assault, where you get lives, then you get extra credits, and if you run out of lives, then you burn through an extra credit, and you get to restart from that stage, keeping the points you've had. You can actually get excess points, because you've repeated part of a stage. Here, Every time, if you run out of Matoran, your score goes to 0. It gets wiped out. But you, for an indefinite amount of times, as long as you have the same instance of the game open, you can start over from the stage you last died on. You don't have to go back to the beginning. I'll try not to get a game over and lose all my points in this, but, you know, I haven't practiced this game very much lately. Actually, I haven't practiced the later levels at all for this. So, it may just happen. That will be disappointing, but it may happen. That was ridiculous. So many cheap deaths in this, but oh well. No one really cares that much. If you don't mess up there, that gives you a lot more time to slash through these things. Let's see if I cannot mess this up. This part's easy to mess up. There's just more spheres over here. Okay. Oh, I just lost them. Okay, get ready to go. Man, this is terrible. That's absolutely disgusting. Okay, this part. You will never escape, you fools. Get ready for the fire! Okay, so what's going on here? So this is a part of the game when I was younger. I found initial attempts very difficult to complete. Close to physically impossible to do so. That was until someone looking over my shoulder noticed that every time you pressed the space bar, there would be a period of time where you couldn't die after you press the space bar, in the same way that you're protected for a short period of time after you respawn. And then if you learn this, then this part becomes trivial because all you gotta do is press the space bar repeatedly. Now, I would think that the developers, when they made it such that the switching Matoran did the exact same thing as a respawn, didn't really intend to do that, right? Meaning that what I'm using here isn't necessarily a cheat. I wouldn't call it cheat because it is programmed into the game. It's not like I hacked into the game and changed it and made it different. But it's a gameplay, it's an exploit, right? It's something that's in the game that the developers didn't really intend for you to be able to do. That being said, though, if you don't do this, this boss is much more difficult than later bosses in the game. So it kind of raises the question, how exactly did they expect you to do this? Now, I did some research before recording this Let's Play into whether or not anybody else managed to get through this boss without hitting the spacebar repeatedly. And one person was Super Stupidy, which I mentioned sometime in my Legend of Matanui Let's Play. Because he also did the Legend of Matanui. And he pressed the spacebar repeatedly. And the second was Meso! And somehow Meso managed to get through there being relatively static on the platform. Now, I knew that the best place, lowest probability of getting the spray or the span of the projectiles hitting you was in the upper right corner of the platform during most of that area. And he stayed somewhere usually kind of near the upper right. But he died relatively few times by doing very little motion on that platform. And I've tried to replicate this and failed. And don't see of any way it could possibly succeed. And Meso did this on what was supposedly his first attempt at the game. I better read this. After having escaped the evil Hakon, the 6 heroes come to the virus plant. The most dangerous place can lead our heroes to their doom. Will they survive this amount of antidermis? Well, this is very not canon again, but whatever. There's just one antidermis vat that contained all of the antidermis. It wasn't enough of pterodax to fill an area the size of this level's map. But, so somehow, I don't know, on the first time he did this, he just happened to complete that boss without using the space bar via a technique that I cannot replicate. After many attempts. I don't know what was up with that. Maybe his computer was laggy, which a consequence of the lag allowed him to do that? I'm not sure. So anyway, somehow Meso got one up on me here. Not much I can do about it though. I'll try not to spacebar spam throughout this because I think that makes it less fun if you do that. However, I don't consider it technically cheating, and I might have to do it to get through Vizoc's boss as well. Here we go. This part's nasty. If you don't press the spacebar, if you use the spacebar, nothing's nasty in this game, but... Also, get greedy and go for the Zamor Sphere, it's more nasty. This part's near impossible without using the respawn advantages. Anyway. I apologize for the poor gameplay performance. Now, the boss coming up is Zaktan's boss, and for some reason, the fog mechanic does not work if you fail the boss and you're trying it again. I don't know why, but if you fail on this boss, in order to complete the game, you have to start over from the beginning. You have to close out your instance of the game and start over, because it just doesn't work after that. So... no pressure on me or anything, but... and somehow Meso got his first try, so he didn't have to worry about that. Meso somehow gets away with these things. That was... silly. Is there a spirit over here? No? Oh well. I guess I have to do this with 5 lives then. There's probably something you can jump, somewhere you can jump or in there to get a Voinui spirit, but Oh well, here we go. You have never tried to escape my poor Matoran, something or other. Some cheesy, villainish monologue. There we go. Good, perfect run. Okay. At least this is consistent with Vinog in that it is Avac and Zaktan that hang out in the virus plant / stronghold. Two Paraka that get along the least. Okay, run. Ah! It's a pretty short chase there. Long jump. A little bit easier to get at that the other way. Let's check up here. Get by this guy. Ooh. How do you do this without spacebar spamming? I don't know. But whatever. You end up trapped on a 1x1 cart with AVAC shooting at you. Like, what do you do? Okay. What will you do now? You are mine. I will crush you. Well, that's... No spacebar. The 6 Matoran come to a place full of danger where the black and blue Paraka will hunt them. Can they find the exit to this trap? Well, at least this is consistent with Inika Assault, the newest caves. So at least the game universe, you know, is consistent with this. Not that this was ever mentioned in any canon story media, but whatever. I guess if it doesn't conflict with any other media, there's no reason why the newest caves could not be canon. But yep. Oh, here we go. It's going. I don't care about the secret. Okay. we go. If you play with the audio going, then you'll actually hear the audio cue for Voinui's spirit in there. I think Meso was playing this muted, and so he like didn't know what went on in there when he walked in. Oh, okay, is this another chase room? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, go for it. Okay. Next one. You can try to run from me, but I'll always be right behind you. This is a very lazy boss. They basically just made a level where Rydak chases you the entire time. Or maybe not the entire time. It's basically a level, newest case though, without those like doors with like the tunnels between. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. Okay. Got a little tight there, but, you know. One healing stone? Fine. Oh, two. And then we get the Voinui spirit. That was kind of poorly played. You thought I would mess that up, didn't you? How you avoid dying there? Not sure. Maybe that's why they give you a healing stone. You're just shoved right into Vizak. Okay. Well, got through it. Yeah, I don't do whatever's over there. Use this though. Well, I mean, I really need it. Phooey. Really? Nothing in there? Really, you'll fake me out? Well, 2 lives down going into this boss. This place will be your tomb. Enjoy your final moments. Well, thanks a lot. Spacebar spam time. You have to go at a specific angle or something. There we go. So you can shout out both ways. If you press BRN in too close of time proximity to your spacebar pressing, then it can cause your character to freeze. That's why I'm kind of doing this thing where it's like I press space and then I'll like do the slash. Okay. Oh, I didn't finish slashing it? Okay, well. Oh, here's another dumb thing about the spacebar. You can hit spacebar if you only have one character left. So like you can switch between nobody. I mean, it works. I guess Meso gets one up on me on that boss too. Because he didn't use the spacebar for that. It's pretty difficult. That was dumb. So yeah, you can jump over there, but there's no point because there's nothing over there. This is when it advances and see if there's anything over here. If I remember correctly, there isn't, so I'm just gonna not. That was stupid. That was quick. Next. Really? That's dumb. You pounded on. Okay, now I have to actually worry about preserving my lives. Maybe that's the advance. I don't want to go there yet. Got this first. Okay, one more thing to do. You've come a long way, but your pathetic journey ends here. Whatever you say, Thought. Maybe you're right, I don't know. Not very well played, that's for sure. Better played. Velika's a great being, so, he knows how to do this. Yeah, there we go. Oh, well. Do the mess up and just kind of, like, pound on it and die over and over again. This works. Well, 26,000 points, I guess. Let's try to do a better job this time. That was pathetic. Anyway, hadn't practiced that in a while, so obviously that would be pathetic. Probably won't ever bother to do that better. I don't know, I'm just feeling apathetic about Matoran Escape today. But that's it. There's some French for you to read. Hopefully that's French. If that's not, that would be very embarrassing. Plotline Greg Farsty. Not for this game. Maybe it's Danish or something. Okay. That's it.